What's the top contract in the NHL look like? I know you guys they sign like 7, 8-year contracts, right, in the
Right.
NHL? It's not like the NBA where it's 4 years, 5 years maximum, or in baseball. Baseball is even longer, but
Yeah. So my guy, my top player is making um $6.5 million a year for the next 7 years. So it's a $45.5 million deal. Which for a little small startup sports agency,
that's great,
it's
man.
tremendous to be able to sit here and say that. But they're the top guys in the league. I mean, especially now that the new CBA is going into effect and the salary cap has gone up, you'll see guys that are going to make 13, 14, $15 million a year for a maximum of 7 years. Now, listen, the sixth guy on the bench in the NBA is sitting there,
He's sitting there just
you know,
taking that money like,
yeah, like that's so it's not the same thing, but it's getting there.
and, your cut of everything, not asking for specific everything's you negotiate, it's a bespoke for the players or like a range as to what agents charge
So
for
I know MLB, NFL, NBA cap what the agents can take. The NHL doesn't, but go ahead and try to charge somebody 7% when everybody else in that locker room is paying their agent three to 5%.
of the total gross value of the contract.
Right.
And that's due as soon as you sign that bad boy, or is it you can get it per
You
year?
you get paid when the player gets paid.
Got it. Makes sense.
So that's on the ice compensation. Off the ice though, marketing, that's a very fluid thing because if you look at the best five players in the NHL, if they walked right through here, like right now, we're on Canal Street in New York. If they walked down Canal Street right now, you wouldn't be able to pick them out. But the top five players in the NBA, you would.
Yeah, of course.
Our philosophy is we want to enhance the visibility, the notoriety, the likeness of these athletes. And you're starting to see the league is trying to get more into that, but that is an opportunity as an agent to score real points.
Right.
And you could charge more, but the industry standard is, somewhere between 10 and 20%.
Of their off the ice marketing stuff, whatever
Right.
they got
So that
skate deals. I guess they get skate deals, right? Stick hockey stick deals. So
yeah, or a guy has his own hat line or whatever. Like there's opportunities now. And those opportunities don't start when you turn pro. Now they're starting in school.
right.
Um, so you got a guy who's making $3-4 million a year on the ice, and you're only charging them 3%, but they're making $1 million off the ice because so as the agent, you're actually earning more money off the $1 million guy than you are off the $4 million guy.
Exactly.
But in the sport of hockey, that's the culture isn't about the individual. It's always been about like blend in. Everybody looks the same, talks
Yeah.
the same. You don't show personality,
Yeah.
but you're starting to see
Are
a
you
little
starting to
more
see
of
a
that.
little bit more like more pizzazz and
Yeah.
swag? Like so I don't know much. So I don't know much about aside from the big names from hockey. Don't ask me about anyone specific, but a guy like PK Subban, for example, who I only recognize him because I know he commentates on some of the sports. He
Yeah.
seems to have a little bit more personality than most of the other guys, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
And
that's not the norm though.
and he was considered a cancer in the locker room, a distraction.
He's playing for the Predators, right? In the
He
Nashville.
Nashville, he started in Montreal.
I got it.
And I don't know PK personally. I did have the opportunity to meet him at the draft in Vegas. But, it was Vegas, so
Is
there's a lot
as we
going
know,
on. There was a
as
lot
we
going on,
know.
man. But listen, man, I respect that guy because he was gonna be him.
Right.
And I think, he took a lot of heat, but he really opened the door for more guys to
Be themselves.
yes. And now the league look the NHL just got rid of the Allen Iverson rule.
I don't know
There's no
what that
dress
is.
code now.
What was the
You
dress
used
code
to have to
before?
wear a suit going into the game, so they got rid of that.
That's why they're all suited and booted. King
Yeah.
Henry,
Yeah.
Henrik Lundqvist used to always be in a suit.
Yeah.
Man, he looked good in it, but like I was just
Yeah.
saying, so now you can go like how these basketball players go, t-shirts,
Yeah.
jeans.
Yeah, and do I think you're gonna see NHL players, walking in there with an essentials hoodie on and grills and maybe, maybe not. But you have opportunities now to at least show a little bit more personality.
Okay. And do you think this is all positive for the sport from your perspective?
I think from a viewership perspective, it's critical.
Yeah. I don't have any empirical evidence of this, but I'm sure that during the playoffs, the viewership goes up. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
NHL hockey playoffs is the best. So electric. I had the opportunity to go like almost 10 years ago to a Montreal Canadiens Maple Leafs playoff game in Toronto.
Mhm.
And the Maple Leafs won. I've never felt an atmosphere like that since.
Yeah.
And I've been to playoff games in the Garden,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm a Knicks fan. I didn't feel what I felt. I literally felt like the floor was gonna tremble.
yeah. Well, it's also it's the culture up there.
Yeah,
So
it
it's a little
is.
different. I mean, the NHL viewership, if you were to separate the US viewership from the Canadian viewership, you would learn a lot.
I'm sure it's life.
So it's just something that's changing.
That's the number one watch sport up there, obviously, right?
Right, but it's not here.
Yeah.
So,
Of the 4 major sports, it's 3rd ahead of ho
well, I'm
no.
saying if you remove the Canadian viewership and you just look at what
Oh.
Americans are looking at,
Yeah. And why do you think that is, though?
I think what baseball is America's pastime. Kids can easily grow up playing basketball. You get a ball, you could dribble it.
Right,
Soccer
right.
is a global sport. It's not really that popular here in the States. There's a lot of reasons why, but I do think that American culture is slightly different than hockey culture, and we're starting to see some alignment,
Got it.
you know. And
Interesting.
the more personalities the players show, the more people talk about you know, you're not going to hear about a guy in the NHL's mom hooking up with one of their teammates like you might in the NBA.
It's true. We
But like those type of things, like when you're sitting in the barbershop, if you start hearing about like this kid that grew up in Boston and he didn't get drafted by the Bruins and he's popping off on Twitter to just like, oh, I can't wait to we playing the Bruins next week, blah, 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 blah. You might hear about that in the barbershop and then be like, yo, we're at the bar, like throw that on. I want to see what happens.
Right, right.
I feel like you don't really see that. You see that in UFC.
Oh, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
And in the NFL happens.
Right, in the NFL.
Cornerback, wide receiver matchups all the time.
Exactly.
Players are players in NBA.
LeBron is coming back to Cleveland. These are stories.
Right.
And I think that there are a lot of stories in the NHL, but because the culture is very much about the collective as opposed to the individual, you're missing that sauce that's gonna get people to be like, oh, like,
Okay.
did you see what he posted?
Right.
This is gonna be interesting. Like, I'm gonna pay attention to this. And then I do think the game sells itself. I think when people sit there and they pay attention to it, they're like, yo, like, actually, like, so shout out to my boy Josh Stone, by the way, because he actually came up with the concept for this. He brought Bobby Schmurder to a Ranger
I see
game.
Ventures, right?
That's right. And he
what was the idea behind that?
I mean, he grew up playing the game. We were teammates when we were kids. So he's gone on, he's got a music career and other things going on. But he was like, yo, like I think that if you get American culture to focus on this, you're gonna get people to like it. So he brought Bobby to a Ranger game, and Bobby, I could be misquoting it, but my apologies for him, but I'm pretty sure what Bobby Schmurder said was like, yo, this is like gladiators on ice.
It is.
And he's a fan now.
Yeah.
But not only is he a fan, he's talking about it. He's wearing the jerseys at the shows, and his fans now are like paying attention to it.
Right. Right.
So I think that we still have a way to go, but you're seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a way to go for sure, and it's. I mean, people just need to watch it more than often than not. But I definitely do believe that it's just a sport. When I saw up close and personal, I was like, "There's no tougher athlete than a hockey player." I mean, you're fighting on skates. I don't even want to see what you do when when you got two sneakers on. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
and why is it real quick? Because then I have one more question to ask you. Why is it that they allow? I never understood this. Why they allow them to fight? Why do the refs allow? Is it self-regulation? Just let them out. Don't let it have it pent up. Then I'm gonna throw you into the box, and that's it.
I think I don't know. I wasn't around when
Right.
the sport
I'm just
was
saying.
invented,
But you grew up.
but this has been ingrained in the fabric of the sport. If that guy is my team's best player, that's our $11 million guy, and you hit him, you're paying for that. So
When you hit him like legally or I can't touch him at all. Like, come on, it's hockey.
you're a Rangers guy, right?
Yeah.
somebody takes a run at Panarin.
Oh, I'm dependent.
Right.
You got
You can't. You're not supposed to do that. You're
okay.
just not. You know
It's
what
an
I mean?
unwritten rule.
No. It's written that it's going to cost you 5 minutes for fighting,
Okay.
but like that, and you don't see enforcers in the game like you used to, where like that's the guy, like he's here to fight. But there are guys that can play. Like Ryan Reeves can play. He didn't make the NHL just because he could fight. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But if Ryan Reeves pulled up on you on the block, you're gonna be shook. Like you understand
Yeah,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
There are still tough guys in the game. They just happen to also be very talented these days.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so like as far as letting them fight, I mean, there's probably a larger conversation to be had about CTE, and like there are players that even guys that I idolized as a kid that we're seeing that are dealing with a lot of demons associated with the wear and tear on their brain from being an enforcer in the league. But do I think fighting is going anywhere? Not anytime soon. For the same reason in the NFL, like these dudes just beat the crap out of each other every Sunday.
Yeah, that's it.
But this is all the entertainment business.
Yeah.